In the Matrix, people are given this false reality of what reality is. Everything's great. You go to work, you pay your taxes, you have 3.5 kids and 1.2 cats. The streets are clean, everything's great. And over the course of time, people start unplugging from the Matrix. And they realize, yeah, maybe the real world isn't as clean, as nice, as comfortable as we thought, but you know what? The only way to change things is to acknowledge what reality is. That's being woke. See, in the Matrix, everything is perfect for certain demographics, my own. Let's say the United States is the Matrix. If you're white, it's great. If you're not, it's not great. Part of this country doesn't want to be unplugged from the Matrix. They want to remain ignorant. In the words of Cyrus, when he made a deal to be plugged back in, ignorance is bliss. They want to believe that this is the greatest country in the world. We're not. We never have been for everybody. Go ask the Native Americans. Go ask our black brothers and sisters. Segregation, Jim Crow, not drinking from water fountains, sitting on the butts, going to a goddamn church. Go ask them if it was okay, if it was great for them. Go ask the Asians when they were put in internment camps. Go ask the Hawaiians when we stole their land. That's all that my demographic has done since the inception of this country, is taken and forced people to do things. And the president offered to yank them and plug them back into the Matrix like Agent Smith, to be ignorant, to tell them, yes, you're the victim. Yes, this is the real world. Now we're starting to see people that are woke actually have their eyes open, that aren't ignorant anymore, see the Matrix for what it is. It's a modern day Truman Show. We were lied to. We have. Look at the MAGA at the rallies. What do you see? A bunch of emotionally immature men that peaked in middle school, right? They were picked last in kickball. They never made the baseball team. Their dad didn't love them. Their mom didn't come to their soccer games. And they always have to fight. They have to win. They have to argue. They got to be a tough guy. What are they wearing? Camouflage, military boots. Ooh, I got a pet bald eagle on my shoulder. And that demographic has always lived in the Matrix in ignorance. They wake up in American flag diapers, right? When they're little. And then as they get older, they eat their Freedom Wheaties and they do the Pledge of Allegiance before breakfast. And then they feed their pet bald eagle before they go to work. And before they start up the truck, they polish the Constitution on their truck with 800 trillion billion American flags because they're American. Yeehaw! That's not what makes you America. See, look at that flag and think about what it represents for somebody that's black in this country. How they were oppressed and couldn't drink from a water fountain. How their pay is less. How they couldn't sit in a church while you tell them it's a Christian nation when they couldn't even worship God in the same church. While you tell them this was created, that we don't see race. While the founding fathers owned black people, designed it to benefit 21-year-old land-owning white men, and said that black people were 3/5 of a person. But you know, just ignore the bad parts in history and everything is just great. Put your head in the sand and go back into the Matrix. Go ask the Native Americans. Go ask the Hawaiians. Go ask the Asians when they're put in internment camps. We're not even the greatest country in North America. We have over 40,000 people pass away from gun violence. Yeah, that's great. Wonderful. Such a pro-life country. We have, universal health care. We have 14 million kids that go to school starving. We have 11.1% of our country that live in poverty, that live paycheck to paycheck. We got CEOs that pay people so little that you and I with our tax dollars have to pay for their social programs with their Medicare and Medicaid. Yeah, there's nothing fucking great about that. But it interferes with your view of the Matrix, of your version of the greatest country. And a lot of people are having a hard time hearing what I'm saying, and that's too goddamn bad, because it needs to be said from my demographic. This country has never been great for everybody, for anyone, except my demographic. a white man. Until we address that and we tear down the matrix itself, this country will never be great for everybody. It doesn't matter if we have a Democrat or a Republican sitting in the White House. This has been happening for too goddamn long. And we have to give a shit about issues that don't affect us. That's why we're here. That's why you're seeing FAFO right now, because they didn't give a shit what happened to Gene Carroll, what happened to Officer Sitnik, what happened to people like Amber Thurman, the officers on January 6th. They didn't care. But, oh, I lost my job and now I'm regretting my vote, because you didn't give a shit about anybody but yourself, because you're selfish. Maybe you should be woke. You might like it. Maybe you should give a shit about somebody else other than yourself. Isn't it fascinating that all of you evangelicals who claim and pretend to love Jesus, who was the most selfless person that ever walked this earth, you don't care about anybody except money. You don't care about social issues. You care about money. You care about worldly wealth. You're supposed to love thy neighbor as thyself, but you don't. You only care about thyself. More content creators have to make these kind of videos. It is my demographic that created this shit that we're in right now. And it has to be my demographic that speaks out and fixes it. Stop waiting for shit to affect you before you give a damn about something. I'm woke and proud of it. Why the fuck aren't you?